My name is Rajada, and thank you for coming. And everybody calls me Rajada, which means elder brother or friend or coach or companion. So I hope I can help you a little bit on your journey into esoteric consciousness and wisdom. Today, I'm going to talk about the idea of Shreem, the Bij mantra of Lakshmi, Kamala. And I want to talk to you about this idea of just Shreem, which is how to bend reality, increase probability of positive outcomes. Now, when we talk about Lakshmi, what we're talking about is a goddess energy we call Kamala, also Kamala. And the image you always see is a beautiful goddess, Kamala, with two lotuses and hands giving you a blessing and hand receiving your beautiful prayers so that it's receiving and giving. And the mantra to Lakshmi is a beautiful one. It is Om Shreem Hreem Shreem Kamale Kamlale Prasida Prasida Shreem Hreem Shreem Om Mahalakshmi Namah. Say it again. Om Shreem Hreem Shreem Kamle Kamlale Prasida Prasida Shreem Hreem Shreem Om Mahalakshmi Namah. Om Shreem Hreem Shreem Kamale Kamlale Prasida Prasida Shreem Hreem Shreem Om Mahalakshmi Namah. And today, especially around Diwali, millions of people across India chant this beautiful mantra on Diwali and Lakshmi Puja, sometimes every day or on Fridays. But I want you to think about something. People today in America are chanting this mantra millions of times, Kamala, 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 every day. People are chanting Kamala. So what I'm going to talk to you today is a fascinating subject of how we can use ideas to generate magic in the world. So sometimes this is called chaos magic. Sometimes this is called sort of the law of attraction. But think about it. In the law of attraction or the secret, you see this principle that if I repeat something over and over again and believe and visualize and see it, the universe will begin to conspire to make it real for me. Now, in the Indian Shakti philosophy, the ancient Indian philosophy, where this idea of Kamala comes from, which we see in the Rig Veda, we also see it in Isis in Egypt and across the Golden Dawn cultures of the world, of the goddess arising, you see this idea of a lotus blooming, and you can increase the probability of a positive outcome by chanting her name. Isn't that powerful? Think about it. So the earlier version of chaos magic we saw was in the election of Donald Trump in 2016, because it became a phenomenon where he really believed in the law of attraction, and you could see it in his use of chaos magic, repetition of certain phrases, belief that he was going to become president, that led to it cascading into his becoming president. We're seeing a similar energy phenomena today with the chanting of Kamala going on, where a positive new energy, a zeitgeist of energy, feminine power, sacred feminine energy seems to be bubbling up. And we call this a kind of chaos magic. And we can call it increasing the chances of probability of things happening, increasing the chance of magic happening. And so the belief is that if I meditate on Lakshmi or Kamala and I chant the mantra Shreem, 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 the chances of a beautiful positive outcome of my intention become more real, the probability, and how that chaos magic can come into your life. So if you're gambling all the time with chances, then the likelihood is that you can create a field of vibration, at every level, psychic, mental, physical, and even quantum, that could lead to possible outcomes. So just imagine that what if I could bend reality to experience and create magical outcomes? Wouldn't that be wonderful? What if this magical idea was just a dimension of consciousness away from me, maybe at the quantum level or at the psychic level? So, what I want to talk about now is this idea that can these probabilistic ideas come to us scientifically, rationally? And we're seeing this as a new field of study. It's been going on for about 20 years in quantum mechanics called QBism. The idea of QBism comes to us from, it's called quantum Bayerism, and it comes from us that, we have always heard that there's a kind of quantum duality that occurs, entanglement that occurs, so that two objects can communicate with each other at the quantum level millions of miles apart. We've heard about multiverse theory of every outcome, and we've seen that the chances of everything being predicted and modeled is there in everything. But there is a study that says that we can generate realities by participation through increased probability of outcome by observation. Now, this is a phenomena that I want you to. So here's a short video that I want to share with you that talks about this. This is from the internet. It's how QBism unifies science, spirituality, and nature reality. I'm just going to play a couple of minutes of this clip. So just watch this.
For centuries, mystics and sages reported transcendent experiences, subverting ordinary notions of space, time, and identity. Their teachings described a fluid, interconnected cosmos far beyond the mechanistic worldview then emerging in science. Yet quantum theory would eventually confirm many intuited aspects of reality, defying classical conceptions. At subatomic scales, objects behave as waves or particles depending on observation. Entangled particles remain correlated across any distance, as if the fabric of space itself conducted their influence. How to make sense of it all? Many interpretations arose aiming to reconcile quantum strangeness with a comfortably objective universe. But one standpoint, called QBism, boldly asserts a participatory reality demanding new metaphysical assumptions. At its heart, QBism positions quantum mechanics as a mathematical framework for systematically updating beliefs based on experimental feedback. Reality depends not on detached observation, but on the experiences of conscious agents making sense of their situated perspective. Probability replaces certainty as future outcomes remain open yet structured per probabilities assigned based on available evidence. No single description totally encompasses reality's depth, only contextually useful perspectives coordinated through human experience and communication.
By the mere act of observation, I can participate in the unfolding of this reality at a quantum level. Now, we've seen this with Tantra and Shakti, that with intention, surrender, humility, mantra, breath, hacking your consciousness, dissolving your boundaries, we go into a kind of field of consciousness, which you can call quantum, but it's a field. And in that field of consciousness, you become a designer, an artist of a potential new reality. And not only that, if a collective begins to generate around that, you become a participant between not just you and the universe in the creation of that reality, but a collective energy starts to form, what the ancients would call zeitgeist, the spirit of the time, that would begin to percolate into everything. So we're seeing that. We've seen it over and over again whenever a new meme or an idea spreads into society. And now we're seeing it again with the energy of this past few days of Kamala Harris's campaign to become president. An energy swell of magical realism seems to be cascading into the world. We see that when we try and defeat negativity, right? Or when we increase positivity. We also see the negative of that. When dark forces can take over the world, they seem to have a cascading participatory reality of their own. like QAnon or fake news theories or conspiracy theories. So, me participating with a positive outlook can actually create a new universe. That is the power of this idea of QBism and the idea of Lakshmi and Tantra. So I wanted to, there's a wonderful thesis that Herman Hesse talked about, which he called Irrational Harmony, right? And Irrational Harmony is a very interesting idea because it talks about, this is from his own book, which is that to surrender to nature's irrational, strangely confused formation produces in us a feeling of inner harmony with the force responsible for these phenomena. That means we are, by engaging in the irrational, the quantum, we can begin to see patterns that weren't necessarily obvious to the rational mind, and we begin to see a harmony. So then he says, we discover so easily and so simply to what extent we are creative and to what extent our our soul partakes of the constant creation of the world. That means suddenly we begin to discover that we are a creative part of the creation of this reality. And then he says something very interesting in his conclusion. He says, if the outside world were to be destroyed, a single one of us would be capable of rebuilding it. Mountain and stream, tree and leaf, root and flower, and yes, every natural form is latent within us, originates in the soul, whose essence is eternity. This is from Hermann Hesse. That means that the blueprint of the entire universe is encoded in me. And if everything disappears, I have all the coding in me to manifest a new universe. We see this, in Whitehead's work, we see this in Rupert Sheldrake's work of morphic resonance, the idea that there's a kind of collective consciousness of information that is available to us to tap into and to manifest new realities. So that means that, as Bert Goldman would say in his thesis, that I could quantum jump into any reality, come back with information, and manifest that condition for myself. So, what he's talking about there is that if I wanted to understand how to play a piano or to be an artist or to learn a language, I could, like Morpheus in the Matrix, I could go into the Matrix, download all that software, come back into this reality, and it would begin to manifest in my life. Now, that's also what QBism is saying. That's what the Lakshmi Tantra is saying, that if you surrender yourself in humility and peace and calm to this reality, this universal energy, the irrational universe will become available to you to download information from and come and participate and create new realities. Wow. Isn't that wonderful? I just love these ideas. So we have a part of our brain called the reticular activation system, which is this middle bit here that seems to filter out all of reality so that we can handle it. Just imagine you're downloading all this information from the universe and the brain can't handle all of it. So it filters it out and gives you what you need for your reality. Now, the opposite also works. If I did an ascending activation of that from my heart or my stomach and put an intention or a new probabilistic reality, it begins to act in my brain and start to percolate into new realities. This is called the ascending reticular activation system. That means that the brain starts to form neural patterns, neural networks to help me begin to realize this. Let's do an exercise on this, shall we? Let's say you have an intention. So I want you to relax and take a deep breath. Hold your breath. Let it out. And hold it out. Again. Hold it in. Breathe it out. and hold it out. Now, what we're doing is we're activating the vagus nerve. We're relaxing and smiling, wide eyes, all these things help. In fact, in the tantric tradition, we call this the Bhairav Mudra. There's the Bhairav Mudra, which is this ogre-faced creature that activates the vagus nerve. And the way you do it is by sticking out your tongue, and smiling and opening your eyes wide, you can actually activate the vagus nerve. Here, I'll show you. So just look at me, take a deep breath into your stomach, smile, widen your eyes, and stick your tongue out and roar. This activates the vagus nerve, the facial muscles, the eyes, the face, the heart. All that activates the vagus nerve. So in this deep state of relaxation, your vagus nerve gets activated. You start to feel a kind of blissful lightness. And when that happens, whatever intention you put out is going to come from a more true place, right? So let's take an example. Let us imagine we're going to introduce a new idea into our mind, and we're going to see if we can repeat it over and over again, but with this magical breathing and mantra to help us make it reality. Shall we? So think of an idea you want to happen. Okay, let's say I want Kamala Harris to be president, or I want to make all that money, or I want to get a check in the post, or I want to fall in love, or I want to find peace and health and wellness in my body. Anything is a good intention, right? So take a deep breath and put it into your mind and visualize it first. Imagine what it will look like. But now, more importantly, using the vagus nerve, what would it feel like? Think about the feeling of that experience. What would it feel like to be healthy and well and digesting and powerful? Imagine that and rub your chest and your heart and feel it. Isn't that beautiful? Rub it. Now, I want you to take that experience and put it away for a second and remember now something similar that you did before that felt wonderful and worked out for you. So think of a time when you were extremely fit and healthy, and remember that, and then rub that into your chest or tap it into your chest. And what did that feel like? What did it feel like to be happy and healthy and smiling and building beautiful things in the world? What did it feel like? Rub that in. Now take that feeling and put it onto your new intention. I want to be well. I want to cure my illness now. And put it into your intention. And feel that intention. And now put it into your ARAS, your reticular activation system, and imagine that the brain has already started to make it real. And surrender it, not to the brain or the third eye, but to your heart, and it will carry it to the brain. And let it go over. And so the very feeling will generate the probability of that reality. Not the thinking, not the visualization, not the body, but the feeling, the heart opening. This is the Lakshmi concept because it's all about the Anahata chakra. When we look at Lakshmi, it comes from a long line of golden dawn mothers, the sun rising mothers, which is Isis, Lakshmi, Guanyin, Mother Mary. These are all golden mothers, the mothers of the rising sun, where you feel the grace of cosmic manifestation. And the idea is that the sun that you see rising is actually rising in your heart center as well. I can feel a divine, magical light inside me. Now, I want to feel it in my heart. That's when it becomes real. And that feeling is like having an inner, beautiful golden egg with the mother, Mahalakshmi, sitting inside you. And that Mahalakshmi is in the Hridaya, the center of give and take, the center of bliss. The Chandogya Upanishad said that as great as the infinite space beyond is the space within the lotus of the heart. Both heaven and earth are contained in that inner space. Fire and air, sun and moon, lightning and stars. And whether we know it in this world or know it not, Everything is contained in that heart. So all your desires come from that heart center. So all your desires are stored in your heart and activate from your heart and then tell the brain and the universe what it wants. So by activating the heart center in surrender, humility, and grace, the grace descends and I reach out and create a new reality. That's how chaos magic of the Lakshmi type begins to happen. This is why Kamala is coming into being. It's quite powerful. So there she is, Shreem, Om, and then you can chant her mantra with me. Just sit with me and just imagine the two lotuses represent the two sides of your body, Ida and Pingala, up and down movement. The middle is her beautiful center rising in you into the golden light. The two hands represent Prasida, Prasida, which means the center of giving and taking. So she gives with one hand and she receives with the other. So you are just a vessel for her grace to flow through you into the universe. And you chant to her, Om Shreem Reem Shreem Kamale Kamlalaye Prasida Prasida Shreem Reem Shreem Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. Feel the bliss in your heart and rub your chest if you like. Om Shreem Reem Shreem Kamale Kamlalaye Prasida Prasida Shreem Reem Shreem Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shreem Reem Shreem Kamale Kamlalaye Prasida Prasida Shreem Reem Shreem Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. So when you feel that bliss in your heart, it's a magical feeling, isn't it? Now, whatever desire you have, whatever intention you have, surrender it to her. And then the secret, ironically, is that once you've surrendered it, the art is to do nothing. That's right. To do absolutely nothing but gaze at the wonderful light of the mother inside you and imagine that the universe has already made it all come into being. And this is when the probability starts to increase, when I do nothing. And in that doing nothing, I feel the radiance of her sun rising inside me. Shreem, Shreem, Shreem. And I become a lotus. From my heart reaches out through 12 directions into the world, and I sense her sitting in my heart, sending out that energy with Om Shreem Reem Shreem. In fact, you can do this with me by chanting it on the petals around your heart. How you do it is imagine that you have a 12 petal lotus sitting in your heart, and each direction lotus is going to be a Bij mantra. Om Shreem Reem Shreem Kamale Kamlale. Then behind you Prasida Prasida Shreem Reem Shreem Om Mahalakshmiye Namaha. Right? So you're going to see it in your heart and see what happens. Om Shreem Reem Shreem Kamale Kamlale. Then on the left side, Prasida Prasida Shreem Reem Shreem Om Mahalakshmi Namaha in your heart. Om Shreem Reem Shreem Kamale Kamlale Prasida Prasida Shreem Reem Shreem Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shreem Reem Shreem Kamale Kamlale Prasida Prasida Shreem Reem Shreem Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shreem Reem Shreem Kamale Kamlale Prasida Prasida Shreem Reem Shreem Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. Shreem Shreem Shreem. And you imagine her sitting in your heart. And just by chanting Shreem, just Shreem, just say, the idea is F it, just say, fuck it, let it go, let go. Meaning, call in Makali and say, remove all my concepts and theories and words. Let go, cut it all off. And then surrender to the heart and say, just Shreem, 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 Shreem. And who knows what realities you can manifest. But the probability of them coming will increase. Isn't that beautiful? Shreematri Namaha. Enjoy. Shreem, Shreem, Shreem.